Hi there, I'm Barry Fitzgerald, and this is the story of exploring the physics of superheroes, a project based on superheroes and physics and delivered to 2 schools in Mullingar, Ireland. This project has been managed by Midlands Science and supported by the Institute of Physics Ireland. In this video, I want to give you a flavour of the adventures that were undertaken by the students in exploring the physics of superheroes. And like any good superhero story, there's got to be a starting point, there's got to be the origin story. And that all started on September 16th, 2022 in Mullingar. On a bright, sunny September Friday morning, I visited the participating schools, Coláiste de Mhuire and Loreto College, to give in-person talks to the students to introduce exploring the physics of superheroes. During this first workshop, the students were introduced to a little bit of physics, a little more on superheroes and superpowers, and what to expect from the project. There were Mentimeter questions, there were superhero videos, and importantly for me, there was an interest in learning about superhero physics. Even though I gave separate talks on physics and superheroes that morning to the schools, the students from the schools have got a lot in common. When I asked the students from both schools the following question, what's the one word that you associate with physics? The most popular answer from the students in both schools was maths. And here's the proof from Coláiste de Mhuire and from Loreto College. But the overlap between the 2 schools doesn't stop there. As part of this project, I offered both classes the opportunity to pick 2 of the topics that would be covered in their workshops. This was done to foster the approach of co-creation, so the students were part of the process in terms of picking the content that they wanted to hear about and to talk about. Well, guess what? Both classes, independently from each other, picked exactly the same topics. In this case, the topics that they picked were time travel and the physics of Spider-Man. Thank you, students from Loreto College and Coláiste de Mhuire, for picking the exact same topics and as a result making my job a little bit easier when it came to putting together the workshops for this project. So what were the superhero physics adventures undertaken by the students of Coláiste de Mhuire and Loreto College? Here is the full list of workshops covering a range of topics from the physics of flight to Spider-Man physics with radiation physics and time travel in between. And what were the workshops like? Well, here's a peek at what we got up to. Like a miniature plane. So he's wearing a plane on his back with 4 engines, carrying fuel. Every single type of electromagnetic radiation that I've just shown you or talked about are natural. It means that they are occurring through natural processes somewhere in the universe right now. So once it's in the comic books, there's an issue because people start thinking, oh, gamma radiation, I know it's dangerous, but it could give you superpowers as well. That is not the case. With both of them now back on Earth, they decide to compare their clocks, and what they find is that Mandy's clock will say that it's 40 years later, but Mindy's will say that it is 24 years later. Now there's an equation I haven't put in there. There's a good reason for that. I don't want to bombard you with equations, but the calculation I've just shown you is 100% accurate and based on Einstein's theory and his equations from special relativity. No, it's not human error. It's absolutely 100%. These clocks are accurate down to billionths of a second. Well, that was a peek at some of the content that was covered in the superhero physics workshops. In addition, there was also one other workshop in relation to science communication in which the students were given some tips on how to deliver an impactful pitch on a group project. And that is exactly what the students were asked to do, as well as part of exploring the physics of superheroes, and that was to work on a group project. Students from both schools worked hard on the projects at their schools as they sought to merge the magical worlds of physics and superheroes to create a superpower-inspired ability or technology that could improve the world around them. And then they presented their great ideas to their respective classes, combining their knowledge of physics with superheroes and the tips they learned about in relation to effective science communication. I'm quite sure that the students of Coláiste de Mhuire and Loreto College will use their newfound knowledge on physics and superheroes for nothing but good for their locality, for the country, and for the world. And who knows where things might go next. Many thanks to Midlands Science for managing the project, and thank you too to the Institute of Physics Ireland for supporting the project. And of course, a massive thank you to the students of Coláiste Mhuire and Loreto College in Mullingar for taking part in this project. I've been Dr. Barry Fitzgerald, the superhero scientist. I'm off to do some super things with physics. And until I see you next time, always think super, and of course, always think physics.